Welcome back to DLC Required. This is your host, Speaking Line, and this week we have Torbin joining us. If you do not know Torbin, you just get ready for Torbin. He is someone who's been in the industry for a long time in a lot of different capacities. You may know him from his work at Dreamhack. You may have seen him at TwitchCon, at PAX, both East and West. He is all over the place. He's also a senior community manager at Daybreak Games, lifelong gamer. We have a very antagonistic relationship, so get ready for some fun. Please plug yourself / introduce yourself, whatever you want.
For all those who want to know who the hell I am, my name is Torbin Online, also known as Aaron. I've been in the industry for over 20 years doing a lot of really dumb shit. You also may know me from my Daybreak side, where I'm the senior community manager for Magic the Gathering Online. So if you want to come over and talk to me there, I am live on Discord at all hours because I have no life. But, you know, thanks for having me on.
He also has a really dope, as I drop that entirely as I push my mic down. He also has a really dope community server for content creation. You should hit him up about, because he's a really rad dude who knows a lot of people. And I guarantee you, if you know people in the industry, they probably know who Torbin is. It's honestly really fun at PAX to have random people walk by me and go, "I'm sorry, do you know Torbin?" And they're like, "Yeah," and they stop to talk because he knows everyone.
That's a hard question.
It's a hard question. And I feel like for me, it's very big picture. Like it is like all time. But then most of my games end up being in the last 20 years because that's what happens. But some people are so gung-ho about like Tetris because it created this type of structure. And like it's a very technical answer. But it can be whatever you want it to be. Mine change all the fucking time. But if you had contenders, we can hammer through a Steam library right now. Let me judge your Steam library, actually. That may be fun.
I don't have you could judge my Steam library, but to be honest, I have not played a quarter of the games in there.
Honestly, same. Mine is pathetic. My PlayStation library is like that too, but it's because I just buy so many games or then gifted so many games or whatever. It just,
How many? So I have 396 games in my catalog.
I have 368. Nice. You win, but how many do you have on PlayStation? Because I definitely have more on PlayStation.
I don't have PlayStation
or Xbox, wherever the fuck you do.
Oh shit! When the fuck do I have The Witcher?
I think I have The Witcher. Shit. I think it was I think it was free on Epic. I forget where I have it.
How the fuck do I have The Witcher?
Let me see how many I have on.
I have The Witcher 3. I don't know if I have The Witcher. I should go play that. That I know is a really good game. I just haven't played it.
I love how the PlayStation app doesn't tell me how many I have. It just literally whatever.
Like most recent games, We Were Here Forever was like a very interesting game. I'm not going to talk about Helldivers.
Why not?
There's still a bunch of controversy there.
Oh, okay, fair.
2064 read-only memories, dude. I don't even know what some of these games are. Like,
there are games that I was gifted at a point that I genuinely have no idea, and it'll be like a dump in the dark. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I've never seen this before.
I have
the
Black
journey
Flag,
down.
Apparently, I played 78 minutes of Black Flag. No, I didn't.
I apparently have a game called Kindergarten I've never heard of.
Oh, you also have the Mayo games that we're gonna play.
I do have the Mayo games, unfortunately. I have been blessed.
Apparently I have 2 different BioShocks. Actually, 4 different BioShock games.
Well, I'm sure because if you have the original and then the remaster, because they don't sell the original release anymore.
Yeah, I have both, apparently.
Yeah. As you should.
Which I have also not played those games.
Well, you haven't played BioShock?
Nope.
How are we friends? What the fuck? No, I take it back. We're not friends. How the fuck have you not played We're stopping recording and you're playing BioShock.
Are we recording right now? Because we should be.
I am recording right now. We're stopping BioShock. Excuse me?
So hilariously enough, I went to go play it a number of years ago, right? And I was like, bro, this is I started like BioShock 1, and I was like, okay, I started. And then I was like, all of a sudden, I think something happened in my life and I lost all interest in it. And then I never went back and picked it back up because I was just like, no, like it stopped being appealing to me. Even though I own all of the BioShock games, I shouldn't say I've never played. I played 5 minutes of it.
That's never playing it. You don't even get through the cutscene at the beginning.
Which is why I say I haven't played BioShock, because I haven't. Bro,
Bro, what the fuck? I've cosplayed Bioshock in front of you and this hasn't come
I
up.
know. No. But see, the thing is I know all the lore and I know the franchise and I know everything about it. So it's different. So I understand Bioshock and I understand all that stuff because I've read through a lot of it. I just haven't played it.
Bioshock 1 is a fucking master. You say this in front of my Rapture poster? How fucking dare you? How
You're
I'm
gonna love this. You're
what?
gonna love this. So you know how many Borderlands games I've played?
I'm looking at your Psycho Mask behind you, so you better at least say one.
The only Borderlands game I've played, actually, so here it is. In Borderlands 2, I have 60 hours.
Okay, that's like a playthrough and a half.
Borderlands, the prequel, I have 12 hours.
Wow. Okay. Not even dabbled in 3. Not even like tried to launch it and like.
Nope, I don't even own it.
You. Okay. I'm questioning some things about our. Okay.
However, Cyberpunk 2077, I have like 70 hours.
Hell yeah, baby. Okay, listen, I can't drag that. Cyberpunk would now be on my list of my top 5.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're doing top 5. Okay, so top 5. Here, I'm just going to share my screen with you. So you
Do it.
See my library. All right, we're going to start from the top, right?
Hell yeah.
And I will say this, right? So like in my Steam library, this is not my all-time favorite, just in general. But we'll go through different things. I will say one of my top favorite, and I need to lump them together because it is a co-op game, is Portal 1 and 2.
Portal 2 is a perfect game, I understand.
Portal 1 because it sets up the backstory. Now, this shows that I don't have any time played in it, but that's because Steam is a liar.
No, Steam is a liar for me on Portal 1 too. It like acts like I've never fucking played it.
I have played through that at least 12 times. No joke. And so to the point that I know the puzzles, and we tried to do a blind playthrough at one point.
I've been thinking of learning to speed run Portal. Like I love it so much. Yeah.
And then Portal 2 I love because it's the evolution of Portal, and it just makes it that much better. And I'm a puzzle game person, so I just really, really fucking loved it. It was just amazing. So Portal is in my top 5, hands down. I have to say this, even though it's not on my Steam library, but Minecraft. And it's purely because of the amount of hours that I've put into that game. And when I say the amount of hours, at one point in survival, I hollowed out a mountain by myself, all in survival, and made it floating, put a man-made lake underneath it, and made a castle on the top of that island with chains so it looked like it was being held down to the ground. Like, my current build is I think it's like a 120 block. No, not 120. It's a very, very tall fucking tree. So I'm making a ginormous tree, and I could show you at some point, in Minecraft that is literally, I took the nether tree and I built it in the overworld. And so that is it's a giant tree, and it's mimicking my friend's life tree. So I'm the death tree and he's the life tree. So I'm building my death tree in similar fashion. I just finished my canopy. I probably have close to 12,000 hours in Minecraft. Like, that's why it's like one of my top.
12,000, not 1,200, 12,000.
No, 12,000. 12,000.
Hot.
That's because I've been playing Minecraft for so long. It is my escape game that I go and play when I just want to veg out and not have to think about anything, because I can just go mindlessly build.
I get that. That's probably, if they counted hours back in the day, I would love to see my hours on Sims 1 and 2 and 3 specifically, because it was like that for me.
I'm putting this on here. If you've never played this game, Super Auto Pets,
I've never even heard of it.
Dumb. I have almost 200 hours in this game.
I'm sold.
And all it is an auto battler, and it's a stupid auto battler, but it takes literally no time at all, and you can pop in, play a game. It's like Hearthstone battlegrounds, but simpler, and it's a bunch of animals fighting each other, and it's the most hilarious thing ever. Like, this is just one of those, again, very simple, very quick, just jump in, have fun. It's free to play as well, so you don't have to spend any money on it.
And I'm grabbing it.
It's one of those things you could have in the background and just play, because there's no timer either. It's literally you click next round, and it goes and matches you with someone randomly, and you have life, and it's like you have 3 life, and then after that you go. So
I just added it to my library. Okay, I'm
I
sold.
have to say Baldur's Gate, right?
I mean, it's a
I
massive game. It's a masterpiece. Yeah.
don't have a ton of time in it. That's just because life. But what I have seen and what I have played itches the scratch that I have of like the D&D stuff in general, and it's a phenomenal game, in every sense of the word. And like I have more than 5, right? Like just in general, because I've played a lot of different games across the board. Like Slay the Spire, for instance, I have a ton of hours in Slay the Spire. It's a phenomenal game too. If you haven't played it, it's a card builder. You know, basically you're building a deck as you go. You're fighting monsters. Slay the Spire 2 just came out. Don't buy it yet. Sorry, devs, but it's not ready. But Slay the Spire 1 was top notch. Like they also came out with Monster Train, which is very similar and also a phenomenal game. Terraria, honorable mention. Not really something in my top 5, but still something that's really Starband, also honorable mention, and Stardew Valley, honorable mention. All very like mellow games. They can be. They could also be a little bit intense, but you know, very much like the crafter builder. You know, just like kind of relaxing.
Can you gaslight me into understanding Stardew Valley?
Do you want to marry everyone in town and then
Yes.
farm while you're doing it?
Less. See, here's the thing. When I play Stardew Valley, it's on my Switch, right? And so
Yeah,
I forget my
that's where
Switch
you're wrong.
exists. Okay, because
Yeah,
I have it downloaded on my computer and I haven't done it. Because every time I try to do it on my
yeah.
Switch, it's like I get through like a day
No,
and then I'm like,
no,
okay, I'm
no.
done.
Nah, it's so here's the fun part about Stardew Valley, and you should actually play it on
It's
stream.
the mods.
No, it's fuck mods. You don't need mods. Literally, Stardew Valley is one of those things that is a cutesy little environment that you can get immersed into very quickly.
Okay.
And why I say that is because if you actually follow the storyline, I mean, actually follow the storyline and what the fuck is going on in town, it's goddamn hilarious.
Okay.
And the tasks that you have to do and the things that like you have to go around. So like at one point the mayor's like, "Hey, I just lost this thing randomly. I need you to go find it." "What do you mean you need me to go find it?" "Oh, I don't know where it is. Just go find it." And you literally have to scour the goddamn map forever, and then come to find out it's in some random place that he just dropped it.
Amazing.
Just
Amazing.
just for and it's those types of things that are just like the little acorn, like little nuggets that they have in there is what makes the game so interesting. You can get really into it if you're a farmer because you can min max your farm.
Yeah.
And then it gives you even funnier because then you add animals onto that, right? So first is your farm, which is just your basic crops and things and rotations and stuff like that. And then you can maximize it by getting like, now you can have pigs and cows and chickens and all this stuff. And then you can craft food. And then you can go woo people in the town. You can marry people in the town, right? Then divorce them, marry
Fuck
someone
yes.
else, divorce that person, and then go back to the original person and have them move. Like the mind games you can play with these people is
Okay,
funny as hell.
See, that's the thing.
So,
Did I make a mistake? I started on the beach one. That was the first. That was okay.
No, just literally start out on the farm. Like this farm
Okay.
is the way to go. I will say I hate crows with a fiery fucking passion. They can die in a fucking fire, and you need to get fucking scarecrows because those pieces of shit eat your crops, and you'll understand my pain.
Okay. I'll try it. You sold me. I'll try it. I want to marry and divorce everyone. That sounds fun.
Stardew. I don't know how many hours I have in it right now. 105. Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, that's respectable.
Yeah, so I have 105 hours. I haven't gotten all the achievements. I have a buddy who's an achievement hunter, and he's been working on getting all the achievements in Stardew Valley. So it's rather hilarious because they're hard. They're not easy to get, some of them, and so just be aware of that, right?
Yeah.
There is a combat system too. You have to go down in the mines and you have to mine, and there's a combat system. They continue to evolve it, but there is at one point a stopping point. I will say like there's a point where you hit where it's like, I might have to start over. I don't have to, but I might.
Okay.
Once you get to a certain point, because once you get to a certain point in the game, it's like, okay, I'm kind of done. You might want to start a play over, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those games you can pick up and drop very quickly.
See, that's what I thought, but I finished my first season and I swear to God, I've done nothing. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
No, because you don't understand the game yet, and that's
Cool.
normal.
And every time I pick up
That's
the
fine.
Switch, I forget the controls. So then it's suddenly like I'm trying to drop everything and whatever.
No.
It like, yeah. Okay, I'll try it on PC. I
Also,
wanted something just chill.
Go get the corridor and play
Okay.
that. And I'm not going to give you any context whatsoever. Just go play it.
I trust that. I mean, I don't trust
shouldn't.
most things you say, but you know, I'll trust that. The corridor. Got it.
Yeah. Let's see. Crashlands was good. I liked Crashlands a lot. Cyberpunk was amazing, right? Love that. It's a phenomenal game. Dead Cells also really, really good. Roguelike. I actually generally like roguelikes in a lot of ways. I tend to lean more towards them. I was forced to play this game.
Doki Doki?
Yes.
I fucking love Doki Doki.
I was also forced to play this game.
Dream Daddy? Fucking best game. Dream Daddy deserves to be on someone's top 5. It really does.
It is not my top 5. I literally could not do it. Like,
you couldn't do
point,
it?
I was like, I'm done.
How? Also, I'm buying the corridor right now.
Made it uncomfortable.
Okay, well, you gotta do it by yourself. Literally, it's so fucking good. And how far into it did you get?
Like 3 hours.
Oh, so you got a decent amount into it.
I played I completed Doki Doki.
Okay.
So it was a chat redeem, and that's why they made it really weird and very awkward, and I'm just like I can't do this.
Yeah, my chat does that.
Taking it way too far. No, it was way farther than it should have gone.
I have noticed with I mean, I think it's the queer element too, but like with men and their chats, it's a different type of take it too far kind of thing. It's it was. I purchased the
Fall Guys is fun, but not in my
I've
top
never
5.
I've never played Fall Guys. I own it. I haven't played it.
It's okay. Ember was actually really fun. This is a great co-op game. I would highly recommend it if you want to play it with your community.
Okay.
It's basically a bunch of children putting out fires as firefighters.
Oh, so it's Rugrats. Hilarious. Fuck yeah.
Oh, it gets better because you can compete against other teams.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So the fun thing about me is that I ran a streaming show for like 2 years when I was at Dreamhack, and we worked with tons and tons of developers who would just send us codes for things. So my Steam library is made up of a bunch of shit that I've actually played, but not long spans because it was for a stream. That's all it was for. Nothing else.
Amazing.
So like a lot of my stuff in here is like From Dust, I played because it was for a developer. FTL, I played because it was for a developer. Like literally. But it's like 2 and 3 hours that I played this stuff because it was only for a stream. Hades, I played because it was for a developer.
You only played Hades for a developer? Did you finish it?
No. It was fun. I will say that.
I say that like I finished it. I haven't, but yeah.
Now that I would go back and do. We actually have to talk about this. As much as I hate this, we have to talk about this. Fucking Half-Life. God damn it. Do you see how many fucking games Half-Life has?
I do. I do.
Mother of God, what is wrong with these people? Why haven't they made Half-Life 3? God, like they've been teasing it for goddamn fucking 20 years, and they still haven't.
BioShock 4. My God. No, but Half-Life has been, yeah. Which it was until it was PAX West a couple of PAXs ago. Whenever New Tales was coming out and Gearbox was the headliner, I had no idea Randy was on like that. He was Half-Life. I had no idea.
Yeah.
There's so many of them that I haven't even braved dipping toe into the mass amount of, like, I'm looking at what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep, I've beaten them all. They're on my Steam library, but I've beaten them all.
Absolutely batshit. But no, that I don't want them to make a sequel to Portal 2 because it just ended perfectly, and I don't want to ruin it.
The call right now. We're fucking.
No, here's the thing. No, listen. I would love a new one. It needs to be perfect though. It's like Arrested Development was so good. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Fuck you. No,
Portal? Yes, it
does. Just give me a game. Make new puzzles. Give me game. Where are my robots?
Okay, yes, that's true. That is true. But Chell just had such a good. I love Chell and GLaDOS so goddamn much.
Bro. Yes.
Imagine,
give me my robots back.
Okay, yes, I want robots selfishly. I want the puzzle selfishly. But listen. I'm not strong enough to handle the internet thinking it has hot takes about Portal 3 because I saw a take not too long ago that Portal 2 is cringe in the writing and that it was just like the worst dialogue and how people thought this was funny. I'm like, the fact that we've come this far that the internet is now trying to criticize everything to the point that Portal 2 is bad writing, I can't handle it. Imagine a Portal 3 in this day and age. Okay. Fifth game. You finally got your fifth game. Fifth game.
You ready? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready for this?
Finally,
you're
took
not going to guess
years.
it. Actually, I'm gonna let you try and guess it. I'm not going to show you it. Like it's a franchise.
Okay.
That you very and this is actually a hard one for me because I almost want to switch out one of my games. Okay. Honestly, for this because I love Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I love Tears of the Kingdom so freaking much. It's such an amazing game.
I've never played.
But this game literally has that, right? And if you look at my background, you could probably figure it out.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that? It's the over there.
I have a lot of it behind me.
Yeah. Oh god, I picture in my head. I can't think of the name of it. Oh my god.
Star Wars.
Well, yeah, but which one is it if it's not KOTOR?
Old Republic.
That's what I'm saying. Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, so you said it's KOTOR.
Whatever. I'm Southern. Things come out.
You said KOTOR.
Yeah.
Yeah. So KOTOR. KOTOR is one of the best games of all goddamn time.
No, it is. It is. It's fantastic.
And the reason fucking why, HK-47. If nothing else in that game, that goddamn robot is the funniest fucking comic relief in the galaxy. I'm sorry, meatbag. Excuse you? You want me to do what?
We love sassy robots here.
The storyline, the modifications, it was ahead of its time in every sense of the word. It broke boundaries that people still don't understand. I have so many hours in that game because I've played it so many times. I have literally gone every different direction you possibly can and tried every different genre because it was that fun of a game for me.
Honestly, it's a fantastic game. I still have the PS2, all my Star Wars games on PS2. I did never play the PS4 Battlefront 2. I have it. I got it with my PlayStation 4 and I just hadn't because I keep going back to the PS2 Battlefront 2 because it's just perfect. Yeah. It's perfect. Knights of the Old Republic is,
Tears of the Kingdom, though, was...
I need to eventually play it. I need to eventually play Tears of the Kingdom.
I will say... Oh, I do have all 3 Witchers. Okay, I need to go play Witcher. So I will say Breath of the Wild was groundbreaking from a Zelda perspective. Tears of the Kingdom took it to a different level. 100%. Bro, they were walking around in full-on fucking mechs, blowing shit up. The amount of shit the community came up with in this game is mind-blowing. Some dude made a Star Destroyer that worked.
Oh my god.
It was short-lived, but it worked. Because they figured out how to do certain things in the game. So, there's this one thing. In one of the temples... and I don't think this is going to give it away. They patched it already, so you can't do it. So you've had to done this pre-patch. But if you have the module, they can't take it away from you. So there's this plate, right? On the side of one of these elevators. And what you do is you put a stabilizer on the side of that plate and you glue it to the plate and it breaks it off. What the community found out when they figured this out is that thing is weightless.
Ooh.
So what they did with it is they literally took it and built ships with it.
Fuck
and everything else, and then put stabilizers and boosters and all this. I'm sorry, in what fucking game or world can you do this shit? Literally full on mecha mechs where they're sitting on the top of it, driving this shit, destroying everything in front of them because it's fucking funny. That level of gameplay, it can't. That's why that one takes this is where from the top 5 perspective, that one's really, really high, probably 6 for me, but not top 5 because there's other games that are just that a little bit better.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I feel like that tracks for what I've heard of it, but I do know some people who have put it on theirs. I just haven't played either because I never played a Zelda game. I only got a Switch a little bit ago, and they're so expensive. They're so expensive, and I just haven't fucking bought any of the. I don't even have Animal Crossing. Like I don't. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. I'm broke, Torbin. I'm fucking broke. It's like $60. Nintendo never puts their shit on sale.
That's the point.
I know. That's
you know
why
how many
I wanted
updates they've come out with for Animal Crossing?
I want it. I want it, and
Stonks? You don't have stonks?
I don't have stonks.
You don't have stonks? Okay, all right. Side story.
Oh my god.
So I am a stonks master, and it was funny when it first came out. I had bought it, and then my wife stole my Switch and was like, "No, I'm stealing this. This is now mine. I'm playing Animal Crossing." So we had an island together, and I was like, "No, you're not stealing this from me." So I went out and bought the custom Animal Crossing Switch for her birthday and bought her Animal Crossing because I'm like, you can now have your own island. Go away. This is my island. So what I proceeded to do after I kicked her off my island, and my son, by the way, which was hilarious because I kicked them both off because it's my island.
There you go. Yeah, no, I feel.
I went on a stonks rampage where I literally had so many what is it? Beat. Basically I had so many beats sitting in my area that I was going and trading on a daily basis with people in that environment. I have probably like 2 billion bells still on my island.
Hell yeah. Ready. Ripe.
And then I taught my brother, who's like an engineer, how to do this with his daughter. And I thought I was bad. He's like, "Oh yeah, so I just made another like 5 bill." What do you mean you made? He's like, "Oh yeah, you know, me and my daughter, like they're going through. They're using 3 different islands to maximize their profit, and then going and mass selling this shit, so they're making maximum profit." Dude, I don't even know how much money he has.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need that much money? You don't. You really don't. But you have it, so why not? I was like, "Hey," my wife's complaining about bells, and I was like, "How much do you need?" She's like, "What?" I was like, "How much do you need?" I literally have like 2 billion bells. How much do you need? She's like, "I'm not taking your money." I was like, "I will be your sugar daddy. How much do you need?" Anyways,
fuck
yes.
Yeah, I fucking love that.
Animal Crossing is one of those things that I would say is not revolutionary, but so wholesome and also fucking funny at the same time. And the thing with Nintendo is if you look at the Nintendo franchise and look at all the games that they come out with, the one consistent thing that Nintendo does always is push the boundary of what a game is.
Okay, I can respect that.
Push the gaming industry forward. Nintendo has consistently pushed the gaming industry as a whole forward every single time they have come out with a new game, when they have come out with a new console. If you look at them historically and what they have done, they have been so strategic and smart with how they have developed things that these are now ingrained in society as a whole. Nintendo has ingrained itself in society to the point that it is second nature for us to know all of their titles, all of their consoles, and everything that they do, and all of their characters.
That's fair, because I really haven't played a lot of Nintendo. Like, I have fond memories of Nintendo from growing up. Like, my best friend, he had the GameCube and the N64. I had the original Game Boy Color, and Advance, but I never had anything after that. But my friends did. And so I only ever played games really at their house that were Nintendo. Like, I have very fond memories of Mario Party 2. I think that's the one that had like the pizza party and stuff like that. It may have been 4. But there's a ton that I'm nostalgic about that I didn't actually experience or play. And I know, like, you say anything Nintendo, I know it's Nintendo. I know what you're talking about. Like,
right.
It's impressive how overbearing is the wrong word, but yeah, it's there. Like, it's a insurmountable presence in the gaming industry.
So let's look at this, because I just looked this up, right? So in 1976 was the first game console. It was called the Fairchild.
Mm-hmm.
In 1977, the RC Studio 2 came out, which was a competitor to the Fairchild. In 1978, Bailey Arcadia came out from Midway. In 1977, and this is when gaming started to pick up, Atari came out.
Fuck yeah.
Right? From Atari. So everyone knows Atari. That's where the iconic thing started happening. Then you had the APF, the Champion, the Intron, the Paladin T cassette class, the Advanced Programmable Video System, Megavox Odyssey 2, APF Images Machine. Bandai Supervision was from Bandai. This is the first time Bandai actually hit the scene in 1979. Intellivision in 1980. VTech Creative Vision in 81. Epoch Cassette in 81. Arcadia 2001 in 1982, which is fucking weird, but whatever. Blackpoint, CalicoVision, then Atari 5200 in 1982. That's another big release because that's one that actually had over 2 million copies sold. Vertex Compact TV Vision, VideoPack G74, MyVision, Pewter Jr., Sega SG-1000.
Yeah, baby.
NES Family Computer. So NES Family Computer, which was called the Famicom in 1983, is the first thing that Nintendo came out with. They had 61.91 million consoles sold.
That's insane.
This is what I'm saying. So we're looking at this from a console perspective, right? And just like stuff. So the first unit ever to come out, the Fairchild, 250 console or 250. The next one, the RC Studio, 60,000. Atari, 30 million, right? The other ones were like 500,000, 50,000, 3 million, 400,000, 2 million, 1 million. Sega was 2 million. First Nintendo console, 61.91 million. It was an 8-bit system, right? The next thing that came out was the Epoch, which was 300,000. Then you have the Bridge, the Video Art, and the Telemax. Sega comes out with their Mark II at 13 million. Then Family Computer 2, which is the disc system from Nintendo, didn't do as well, still sold 44 million. The Atari 7800 comes out. We start to see a decline on Atari, right? Because people are now starting to pick up that, hey, Nintendo is actually happening.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. They have such a history and iconic presence that they have influenced the market.
Yeah.
Right? So you look at this and you keep going. So like the next big release was Sega Genesis in 1988 with 35 million.
My
right?
baby.
That then immediately after that in 1990, the Super NES comes out. 41 million. Right? This is from Nintendo again. Nintendo then breaks the barrier gun on what it can do. They came out with a 16-bit higher processing system, better than the other consoles. You then start, Sega claps back with the Sega CD Mega, only 2 million copies. They try again with the Sega Pico, 3.8 million. They try again with the Neon Geo, only 5,700. Satellite View, which is some random thing I've actually never heard of, Nintendo comes out with, doesn't do well. So they learn from their mistake. Like, okay, this isn't working. We can't do this, right? Konami tried putting something in there in 92 with the Pico, which didn't work either. So people are basically testing the waters. And right here, 1993, this is when you see Atari fall off. They released the Atari Jaguar, and only 250,000 copies were sold, or 250,000. Then we see Sony hit the scene. Sony PlayStation, December 3rd, 1994. Guess how many consoles were sold?
How many?
102 million.
Jesus Christ.
That's worldwide, obviously.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 comes out, 364 million. Right? So now Nintendo has a competitor. The N64, this is not lifetime, by the way. This is when on release, right? So just to be clear, the Dreamcast comes out. Everyone goes crazy. Only 9 million, right? Not that much. Nintendo 64 DD doesn't do well. Only sells 150,000. Then PlayStation 2 hits. And again, this is where the competition comes into play, because you have to look at it from who's pushing the envelope, right? The Nintendo 64 was revolutionary. So they pushed the other people up in a tier because they're like, we have to do better. We have to do better. Sony PlayStation 2 comes out, 155 million.
My baby. I love it. I love it. That's
Right?
my baby
Everyone
girl.
loved that.
She is the best.
GameCube comes out.
Boo,
Arguably
boo,
horrible.
boo, boo.
21 million. They're like, oh my God, this is horrible.
I hate boner for the fucking GameCube, man. I am so bitter about the GameCube. And I've talked about this before, but I fucking, dude, the ports on GameCube literally gave me my first sense of betrayal. I feel like, short of like, you know, my father, I feel like there's just like so much wrapped up in the fact that I would play a game on my PlayStation or on the PC and it would be hard as fuck for like an adventure game, like, you know, level. And then I would go play it on my friend's GameCube and like be so ready for it. And it would be a watered down version of the level that had like one room you had to get through instead of like 3 and things like that. And I was like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand why. No, like it just made me so irrationally angry, and their controller makes no fucking sense. Fuck the GameCube.
The GameCube was not great, but it did introduce a couple key things for us.
But it had a handle.
So what did it introduce for us though?
A box with the handle.
Not that the game wise. What did it introduce for us?
I'm trying. Super Smash? No, that was in 64.
Yes,
I don't.
No,
was it
Super Smash Brothers? Yes.
Was that not in 64? Oh damn.
No, it was GameCube and Mario Kart.
No, Mario Kart was in 64. You're crazy.
It was not.
I'm googling this.
That's
right
fine.
now.
So Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers were two of their top titles that came out.
Mario Kart was on N64.
What?
I literally googled Mario Kart N64 and I just see N64 cartridges.
Okay, maybe that's when they first launched it, but it wasn't that big, right?
Okay,
so like the second revision on GameCube is when it actually skyrocketed.
When it became like a thing.
Yeah, when it became popular. So that's when Super Smash Brothers also became popular. And that's actually where a lot of old school people played too, right? Is on GameCube. I know because I unfortunately was one of the guys who ran it for my college.
I feel that. No, so, I'm sharing this over here. You're not old.
So then in 2001. So in 2001, the GameCube came out at the same time. So September 14th, 2001, GameCube launches. November 15th, 2001, Xbox launches. Xbox only had 24 million that sold, which is hilarious because GameCube had 21 million. Arguably, Xbox.
But what was the entry price point for that? Because I feel like that's the thing with consoles. Go ahead.
So Xbox was like 300 at the time, I believe, or something like that.
And how much was Nintendo when it came out? Whichever version we're talking about,
like
the GameCube.
200. I think it was 200. Nintendo's always been cheaper. Always.
Yeah.
Just in general, it's always been cheaper. So then we look at, okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Xbox 360 is launched in 2005, 85 million copies. PlayStation 3, 86 million copies. The Wii. Do you want to guess how many copies of the Wii was sold?
340 million.
No, 101.
Okay, still a lot. We gave it too much credit.
Still better than the PlayStation 3. But
how many Wii U's were sold though?
What does the Wii do? What does the Wii do?
The Wii was a completely new way to play the game. It was like what Xbox Connect and everything tried to do and couldn't.
Correct. On top of it, what else did it do?
Wii Fit gave people body dysmorphia.
No. What it did is it introduced a new way to play video games in a physical manner. Pushing the boundaries.
Wii Sports were
again.
big, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Right. We had like surgeon simulating games, and we had a bunch of stuff that we have now on PC, but like there was stuff you couldn't do. Like I remember I talk a lot about this like old Star Wars game I used to have that was basically just a little ball you plugged into the TV and it had a lightsaber that connected to it, and then you had these super shitty graphics that you would go through, and it was basically Wii before the Wii, but it was awful. It was not smart. It was not good at all. We had stuff like that. We had plenty of, the Xbox Connect, stuff in that era trying to mimic what the Wii did. But the Wii really was something that like I still have mine. Yeah. Like people.
It's revolutionary.
Yeah. It was so unique.
The point here is that Nintendo has always pushed the boundaries, right? So like they've pushed the boundaries of consoles and what is possible in gaming. And that's my point. So like if you look at it, the Wii U sold 13 million copies. Horrible. The PS4 sold 115 million.
Wait, the Wii U only sold 13 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was horrible. It was a horrible release. Let's be honest.
No, yeah.
Then PlayStation 4 just destroyed it in 2013 of 115 million.
My baby girl.
Xbox One came out, and that's arguably one of the worst consoles that they've had, with 41 million.
Oh,
Then
poor
the
Xbone.
Switch hits. The Switch hits the market, and again we see a dynamic shift.
Back to handheld, yeah.
Back to handheld. On top of it, giving not only the handheld but the ability to take handheld to the screen.
Yeah.
Right? Which is huge because that's never been done before. Again, a new innovation, a new way to play gaming.
Especially after the PSP sold so badly. Like,
right. So now you have them again revolutionizing the gaming industry, right? So it takes them, like, what they do is they learn from their mistakes and they improve on it and continue pushing forward. That's the one thing Nintendo has always done among any other company that they are just better at, purely better at. Because they see and recognize the future of where they want to go and they follow it suit. Do you know that if they stopped making money today, and were literally in the red, they would be fine for the next 100 years, losing money every year.
I wish that were me.
Year over year.
I wish that were me.
That's how much money they have. They are that financially stable that they could literally employ everyone in the company, continue making stuff and developing things for 100 years, because that's how financially. That's fucking insane, because they sold 129 million copies of the Switch. And that's just the Switch. That's not the Switch Lite. That's not anything else. That's not even. We're not even talking about their game releases. This is just consoles, right?
Okay, compared to that though, what did the Steam Deck do compared to the Switch?
Steam Deck is not on here.
Damn. Robbed.
That I know of. I like, this is just basically a wiki page of people going through and like collecting a bunch of stuff. Apparently there was another Atari in 2021. That's weird.
Really?
Yeah, an Atari VCS, June 10th, 2021.
I'm Googling.
Didn't even know they're still around. Yeah, so like, realistically, if you add all of this up and you look at it, the two main people in the industry are Sony, which is with the PlayStation,
yeah,
and Nintendo. Xbox has a play, but realistically, they don't, because they're not as big in the grand scheme, because they're not as good. Which is why you see Microsoft constantly fighting for market share.
I want this Atari. I sent you the link for the Atari.
What is this Atari?
It's both classic and modern games. It's a huge retro library, and third-party indie titles. You can stream it. It's PC mode as well.
Oh,
wireless.
I don't know.
If I were rich, I would buy it today. I would buy it right now if I had money in my account.
That's not a $300 worth spend though.
Dude, I am competitive as fuck at Pac-Man, and I refuse to like memorize the way to play Pac-Man correctly because it takes away the fun out of it. I'm just competitive with myself at Pac-Man. So hardcore. I would absolutely get this fight money.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's that. And then apparently Blaze Entertainment UK came out with some weird console that's like Evercade VS in 2021. But no one's come out with any new consoles. So here's what I anticipate happening. And this the whole reason why I'm getting into this is because you look at companies in the industry, right? And you look at the people who are pushing the boundary, and then those who are just staying stagnant. Valve, and just basically raking in money.
Be nice to the Steam Deck. Be nice to the Steam Deck.
Absolutely not. 100%
oh, fuck you.
Not.
Fuck you. The Steam Deck is baby.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Okay, what's the hardware on that again?
I don't fucking know right now, but all I know is it runs fucking Cyberpunk, Baldur's Gate. You know what runs the worst? Portal. It fucking doesn't run Portal, which is a Valve game. It's fucking broken as fuck, but it can run Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate perfectly fine.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You know where most of that is housed?
On the fucking thing, because I don't have to be connected to the internet when I do it.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, all of the data and stuff that they have is not housed on Steam.
I don't care how they do it. It's fucking sexy. I love it. It like lets me do all my shit.
I'm sorry, like the Steam Deck is a gimmick.
Oh my god. Now. Boo, you're a hater. You're a fucking hater. You are a hater.
No.
Do you have a Steam Deck
and pre-ordered it?
A hater. I refuse. Dude,
fine.
The blue ball envy I have for Telepath Steam Deck every day of my life. I want to be able to play in it.
The Switch outclasses it.
No, it doesn't.
It absolutely.
Oh my
does.
god! Now everything the dick you've sucked from Nintendo is totally invalid now because the only thing the Switch has on the Steam Deck is the fact it has Nintendo titles. No, you're incorrect.
No,
you
that's not true.
Absolutely incorrect.
On the Switch. No,
you can do a lot on the Twitch.
Yeah, you can do a lot on the Twitch. No, so here's why I say that. So Steam is it's a nice thing, right? I will say the Steam Deck has a lot of cool features, but it didn't push the boundaries. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to look at it from an actual pure technology standpoint, right? If you look at it from a pure technology standpoint, what did it push?
Being able to play PC in your hand. It's a PC in your hand.
So can the Switch did that already.
But it is desktop level PC in your fucking hand.
I don't agree.
You're insane. You're insane. We're gonna do this at the next con. At the next con I see you at, we're gonna do this where we're gonna pick a game that is both on Switch and Steam Deck, and I'm gonna make you play them side by side for a few minutes, and you tell me which fucking runs better and which looks better, because it's gonna be the fucking Steam Deck.
So I will say this: the Switch technology is behind the times right now, right?
Yes.
So the Steam Deck will outperform it. I'm not arguing that.
The battery life is the only thing I'll shit on with the Steam Deck.
I'm not arguing that the technology in the Steam Deck is better right now. I'm not. What I'm saying and what I'm asking you is, what did the Steam Deck do to push the gaming industry forward?
Googling it to help me. The controls are very advanced.
Oh wait.
Listen. I think the point is accessibility. So this is me talking potentially out of my ass, but also just pro Steam Deck. Switch does this as well, and as someone who wanted both, and literally, like, between me and Telepath have both, and I've talked about the fact that we both can't buy both because it's redundant because of what we're doing. But we travel when we go to cons. When we do that, we take the Steam Deck and we take the Switch. It is like revolutionary what you can do on the Steam Deck instead of the Nintendo. Also, the accessibility, I say all the time, as I recently, it's now been a few years, but like I only was PC as of a few years ago. I've been console my whole life because I couldn't afford a gaming PC. I couldn't build one. I couldn't do that. I didn't have the roommate situation, whatever it was. Consoles from the get-go were about the entry level accessibility, right? Like it's having that library and doing that. You do not have to re-buy the fucking games like I do on Switch on Steam Deck. It is your library, the stuff you play. And I'm not doing new files. I'm doing anything. I can literally pick up Baldur's Gate that we were playing at home and then play it in a fucking Marriott hotel room. Exactly the same thing with no issue.
I can take my laptop and do the same thing.
But you can't. And it's not as accessible and it's not as good. My laptop will not run Borderlands 3, for example. It just will not launch. It like Claptrap never loads, never does anything, whatever. It can do that on the Steam Deck. Things like that just the computers cannot like live up to. I don't have a top level gaming PC and I don't want to take my PC on all these fucking work trips. I take my MacBook for work when I have to, and I fucking hate that because I usually have to.
Yeah, I mean, so what I'm getting at is this, right? Like, yes, from an accessibility standpoint, they give you the option to be able to play your Steam library, right? That's a fair point. Technology wise, it didn't do anything new. That's my point. It's not really doing anything new. All it's doing is shrinking down your PC to a point where it's in your hand, where arguably I can literally remote into my desktop from my laptop and do the same thing and have the full power of my PC.
I remoted into my laptop on hotels before all the time, and guess what? It lags. The only reason I could play Borderlands 2 from streaming on my laptop while somewhere else is because I've memorized the game. The lag is so bad, so I know what the fuck is happening. And so it was just me desperate to sit there and play Control Core Angel while everything is fucking lagging behind, knowing I'm just mowing down stuff, and it's just muscle memory at the time. DBD, Overwatch, fucking impossible on hotel connection through like stream play or cloud play or however, whatever the thing is there. While other publishers and other tech were fighting over like titles and stuff like that, Steam really just like gave you the ability to game genuinely where you are. Like, is it too heavy? Is it battery? This, whatever. I hear the OLED is amazing. Like, yes, like I have criticisms about this piece of machinery because I'm a human on the internet. Like, we all have our dream list of what we want it to be. as someone who has both, I have definite penis envy over the Steam Deck versus my Switch. And I have my Switch. I've had to do you know how many times I've had to rebuy Borderlands on all these things? I've got Borderlands so many times.
Like that. I really don't like that. I don't think that's a fair thing for you to have to do.
No, and that's the thing with DBD, with Overwatch, with all this shit. Like the issue is I take my Nintendo Switch with me and then I still don't play it, but I do end up playing on my girlfriend's Steam Deck. It's just,
so, here's what needs to happen, right? Like, in order for the industry to be pushed forward a next step, and maybe this is something the Steam Deck has done, and I'll if it happens, fantastic. Someone somewhere, I don't know who, and it probably isn't going to be one of these console companies, needs to come out with a console handheld that has the power of a desktop that you can take with you and play anything.
Steam lets you install Windows OS. You can have your workarounds to that. Nintendo doesn't. This is the same thing with Apple back in the day, when still now, but especially back in the day, talking about the lack of ports and open source.
You, like, having to do extra steps like that, where you're
but there's like the
Windows.
Logitech Cloud and stuff like that. But like everything is going to have a workaround, and that's the thing. But then we're going back to like phones, like the new iPhones are talking about you can play stuff like Resident Evil 4 on it and things like that with your own library. Like people don't want to play it on their fucking phone.
No, I don't want to play it on my phone. I don't want a bigger screen.
But that's the thing. We talk about like, oh, well, this isn't new technology and what people have done. Like, cool, we've shrunk down a computer and put it in here. Like the new iPads that then have like M2 chips and things like that. Like that's what we keep doing. You can have this goalpost moving for all the technology we have in the fucking apartment right now.
Actually, what I would like to have happen is this: glasses being turned into a console.
Well,
because then you take AR, and it's actually already being worked on.
I know
so
it
now
is.
you're taking. I've seen a lot of it. I know a lot of the people.
Yeah,
that
no,
are
same.
working
My fucking day job is in this shit. Like I understand, and it's exhausting.
So it's not. Yes, it is, but it isn't, right? So if we could turn our glasses into a full gaming console, right, and then we can game wherever we want to. Now it's you carry around a keyboard with you. And that's way more compact, or something like that. It's something to that effect. Where I'm getting at with all of this as a conclusion thing, right? The one thing that a lot of companies don't think about is how do they push the market forward, right? They're thinking very much about their net profit. They're thinking very much about their overall their ecosystem and nothing else. I will grant you that it sounds like Steam is doing that, because I actually canceled my Steam Deck because I wasn't going to play it, so I returned it. But it sounds like maybe I misjudged them. But besides the fact, I look at it as industry defining things, right? You don't hear a lot of people talking about the Steam Deck. You don't hear a lot of people saying the things that you are. I don't.
I do.
Maybe that's the circle you run in, but
maybe that's the circle you run in.
Really? Do you know my circle?
Really? Do you know my circle? I'm just saying we can sit here and do the stick measuring for all of it. I feel like this is the same thing as like PlayStation and Xbox Bros fighting right now. Like I respect it to know, but Jesus Christ. I see the Pokeballs behind you. I know whose dick you're sucking.
No, I do love Nintendo a lot.
I know you do. You made me play Pokemon at PAX. You literally made me sprint to you with coffee to learn how to play Pokemon. And I still suck. I gave that poor trainer so much trauma.
I know. It was great. It was great.
So
it was for my kid. What do you want?
Okay, well, you can't break your leg or whatever next PAX, because
I can't. I'm not going to. Well, I mean, I'm not going to try to.
Well, I hope not. That would be bad.
Yeah. So it for me, again, I'm coming back with like industry, like who is pushing the industry forward. And I would even talk about this from a game company perspective. So like Borderlands, for instance, pushed the gaming industry forward. I will give them that. They were genre defining.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
So if we talk about publishers and developers and we look at that, like EverQuest was a game defining because it shaped a lot of games in general. And that's not because I work for the company. It's just because they shaped a lot of the industry in general. Like World of Warcraft shaped a lot of the industry when it came out because it was genre defining, right? So you look at that, and this is how I look at things, is like, how are they defining and shaping the industry, and how are they affecting that industry as a whole?
Well, when you talk about
pushing it forward,
when you talk about industry, are you talking in a way that's like strictly technological, or are you talking in like where people
Their
borrow
genre.
from each other. Okay. Because I think things like Remedy that we look at, like, has been trying to define what they want to do for so many years. Like, since Quantum Leap, like, they've been doing that hybrid mixed media in their games this whole time, right? Alan Wake 2, I think, is a fucking masterpiece. I think Alan Wake 1 was a masterpiece. I fucking love Control. I think that's a masterpiece. I'm so excited for Control 2. Like, I'm hardcore, like, team Remedy at that point. And I think the same for CD Projekt Red. Like, I really respect what these companies are doing and the ways they're trying to, like, trailblaze their own weird niche genre. It reminds me one time I had a acting coach who was absolutely a asshole. But at one point we were talking and we were talking about one of my scripts and he was like, well, what genre would it be? Would it be, comedy or this? I'm like, I mean, it's kind of like this hybrid. And he was like, you can't make your own genre. I'm like, why? Tarantino made his own genre. Sorkin made his own genre. Like, why the fuck can't people really define their own niche in here of genre? And I feel like things like whatever Larian's going to do after Baldur's Gate, like Baldur's Gate was truly industry defining, obviously. Like, it was very, like, elevated pretty much everything it touched at that point. It is massive, massive, massive game. I think Cyberpunk 2077 absolutely is like that too. But I look at, and it's mostly these, and I don't say small studios and these are small budget games remotely at all, but like CD Projekt Red has 1,000 people at it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like these aren't massive, 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 massive corporations that are always doing these games. And I do think there are plenty of indie games. I think Phasmophobia, for example, really was something that, reinvigorated Among Us. Yeah, genre defining. Among Us, like all these things at different levels, even Texas Chainsaw right now is like really shaking up the like DBD, like PvP kind of scene and that type of like survival horror in a way that Friday the 13th never got to do with being shut down. And so we are seeing a resurgence of that type of horror. Like, I do think a lot of gaming companies are really good at what they do in that kind of genre defining way that pushes those barriers. And I think it's really interesting because every creative borrows from other people. Every creator is inspired by other people. And that's how media gets made. And it's always the companies that don't talk about what their inspirations are that I feel like aren't as defining as they should be. The ones that truly just like love the craft of it. Like Naughty Dog, a lot of people would say industry defining. Right now they're a little stagnant since people are really mad about, all the, we're not going to be Last of Us Studio forever, blah, 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 whatever. And so when we look at who's like currently doing it, I think there's just so many good games coming out, but the industry is in such a shitty place morale-wise with everything fucking going on.
Everything else going on, yeah.
And it's so hard to look at that from the scheme of like, okay, what truly has been defining? Because if we have a success, it's like literally the moment something exciting happens, I log on and then I see 20 more people laid off. And that's just on my timeline. That's like the tiny, tiny little microscope of what happens that day. And so we have it's kind of like how film went through this a few years ago where things like A24 really came up and became like one of the like quote unquote main studios, even if it's not. Blumhouse got, their resurgence again in the mainstream online space. Like, they've always been important, but, it's very much like they're looking at this the same way as like Paramount and Lionsgate. But then those are really relying on their subsidiaries at that point. I feel like games are doing the same where these companies that have been known for very specific games are coming up on their own into the mainstream, but for those specific games. And so we just have a lot of studios really excelling at the type of content they make. But there's so many games now that it's just I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint who's really pushing it because I feel like it's every game that comes out right now. Every game that comes out that people still end up talking about. Like, there are plenty of games that drop that people just kind of like move on from, but the ones that still have any type of cultural footprint have pushed stuff forward in one way or another.
So, I mean, if we look at it from that perspective, right? So like, and we're talking genre defining.
Yeah.
Fortnite, when it first came out, right? Let's analyze that for a second. So Fortnite, when it first came out, I was actually original backer when they first came out. I played the actual versus against the world, right? Like all of that stuff. I played all that stuff, right? I was literally part of the alpha testers when they were doing this and giving, and I know it's horrible. And giving them feedback on like how to do this. And it was a nice game. It was a really nice game. It was like super fun, but it was tower defense, right? Build your base, do all this stuff, construct, fight zombie waves, all this stuff. That's how it started. And then PUBG hit the scene.
Yeah.
And PUBG was genre defining. Is PUBG doing well right now? No. Is PUBG Mobile doing well? Over in Asia. Here, not so much. But what happened is at that point, Fortnite wasn't Fortnite. It was Save the World or whatever the hell it was called at that point. And then they came out with Fortnite. And Fortnite then became the genre defining because everyone tried to follow that.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
So those are the types of things. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the types of things I look at in the gaming industry. In general, it's like, who are these people that are genre defining, and are they continuing to be genre defining? Arguably, Fortnite is still one of the best genre defining games in existence, because look at all of the stuff that they've done since they actually started. Look at all the collaborations they've done. Look at the concerts they've done. Look at all of the backend. They've created an ecosystem now within their game that allows content creators to go make a game mode and make money off of that game mode just by people playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many games do that?
I mean, I look at Overwatch right now. I mean, say what you will about the state of Overwatch 2. I mean, like, Marvel has an Overwatch clone coming out right now.
Yeah, and it's probably going like Overwatch. I would say could be considered genre defining. Overwatch 1, Overwatch 2, no.
It's the same fucking.
It is.
You Overwatch 1 purist. I swear to God.
No, here's the problem. Right, they basically took the same game and just reskinned it, and then added a couple things. Just make an expansion.
No, I agree. Listen, yes, and I get the bitterness of it. I really do, especially with the promise of PvE and everything, like what could have been. I understand. I fucking understand. I want that so bad. I'm a lore gremlin. I give me my fucking Widowmaker and like fucking Cole Cassidy, and give me my fucking lore. Give me my fucking lore. I'm forever bitter that all I have, especially now that they've canceled even the mini little projects, like all I have is like Jack Morrison's off chasing ghosts and I'm never getting anything again. Fuck you guys. Like, give me my shit. I say this with a fucking Jack Morrison statue literally behind me as we're talking right now. But that is beside the point. As I hit my hand, I look at fucking Overwatch. And this is truly like what everyone who's mourning Overwatch 1, who refuses to play Overwatch 2, talks about how Overwatch 1 was the best PvP ever made. It was just this beacon of what it was. How is that not genre defining? And how does that not carry over to literally the same reskin of the game?
Because League of Legends.
Fuck League, though. And it's different. Top down is different. Top down is fucking different.
It is, but they were first. So you have to look. So there's also other games that were before that. So you have to look again. Who's pushing the market forward?
Yeah, I don't think it matters who's first. I think it matters who stays around, who makes that biggest impact, which sucks sometimes. And sometimes that is about who's first.
Okay. Let's talk about Blizzard, because I played WoW for many years. Was on one of the top PvP servers. Was part of a massive raiding guild. Did that literally 18 hours a day type shit. Like, I've done that stuff, right? I was there. Like, some of the reason why I say Keck all the time is literally I was on the server when we came up with that shit. Like,
you're so special.
I know, it's so dumb. But either way, like I also like Blizzard games, right? Just in general. So I played Diablo. Genre defining.
Yeah.
100%. And Diablo 2, again, genre defining. Diablo 3, a dumpster fire.
But you're talking about then you're moving the goalposts again when you're talking about games that come out and then are like what tries to be like it, and that becomes what it is. If you look at something like Borderlands, that is genre defining in that. There is nothing that has come out that is like Borderlands. You can talk Destiny, but Destiny is different enough. It's different. There's been nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
But that is the looter shooter. That is genre defining. They are the kings of what they do. And like Resident Evil, I think it's like the Silent Hill is like arguably like close, especially like with the remakes and like things like that, everything feeling kind of similar. But no, like Resident Evil, Tomb Raider, all these are genre defining for the genres that they're in. Like, they're the ones that have become these powerhouses. However, I think that we're really looking at ones that like have had like sustaining IP. Like when you look at Fortnite, how many licensings does it have now? Like, would it still be around if it didn't have, every single cosmetic you get, every single licensing, every single IP, and all this money being pumped into it through these different deals?
Based off their creator ecosystem, yes.
But that's the thing. I don't know about that because Call of Duty now is getting into the like absurd, like here is Nicki Minaj and dinosaurs and all this stuff.
That's not what I mean. I mean the sub market of all of the custom servers and custom game modes.
There are too many. As someone trying to play Fortnite, literally trying to get into Fortnite, when I open their fucking game, their UI is so fucking bad. I cannot fucking understand.
You want to play and you don't tell me these things?
I want to play. I have no time to play and I'm bad at it, Torbin. I am so bad at it.
Does it matter?
It does matter because I don't like being bad at things. No. I have to know what I'm doing.
You have to be bad to get good.
Yeah, so then I get bad at play when I'm bad by myself. So then when I'm a fraction better, then I go, hey, Torbin, do you want to play Fortnite?
No, not even slightly. No.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I would do it exactly like that. Yeah, because then I would be decent.
No, that's not the way it's. So here's the thing. I don't care how good you are.
I care how good I am. I don't care what you think about me. I care what I think about me.
Yeah, but I play games to play with people and enjoy those. Right? It doesn't matter. Like, yes, I get a little competitive with it, but that's just because I want to kill him.
Torbin. When we were at PAX East, it was the last night. I think it was the last night. I was down there and I was talking to Grant. And I love Grant. I love Grant so much. He's so good. And I was being his protector. I was bringing his shield from the bros. And I was talking to a bro. And him and Telepath were bonding about SSRIs behind me. And it was great. And then I was talking to this guy who was, God, which company? I forget. One of the PC kind of like we were talking like, creator stuff, whatever, and this party shit going on. And somehow Overwatch came up. And I said in passing, I was like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm a Widowmaker main. And he goes, oh, no, I can tell. And he ended up, whatever. I'm like, that has haunted me. It gave me such psychic damage that I'm just like, what does this say about me that I look like and feel like a Widowmaker main? Because I don't think that. I don't think that's what I clock to people. And it's not the image I want to project, but it definitely is. Do you want to know how many? I'm opening.
You're definitely not support.
No, I love support. I love playing support, but like I DPS was the last one I got into. I started out tank main and then kind of went to support. I became a DPS main. Very, very rapidly once I started actually not being afraid to play DPS. Cassidy, Ashe, and Widow are definitely my babies. I'm getting better at Echo and stuff like that. But I started playing this game end of season 2 of Overwatch 2, which I have open right now as I come over. Is my fucking, let me mute my fucking game. My hours on this fucking game that I started playing season 2. Let me see. All modes. We have 1,249 hours in this game.
Which game?
Overwatch 2. I don't have that many hours. I started playing this again, season 2. I end up very into season 2. Do you want to guess how many of those hours are on Widowmaker? I started playing Widow. Maybe mid last year. Maybe mid last year.
You have. I'm gonna say.
Like spread between all the years. I have 319 hours on Widowmaker.
Wow. Okay.
I have more hours on Widowmaker alone than I do on most games in my Steam library at this point.
You have a problem.
I do have a problem, and this problem I have. Do you want to guess how many eliminations I have on Widow?
4,000.
31,055 eliminations.
Okay, you have a problem.
I have a problem. So when you say things like I can be bad at it, I can't be bad at it. I'm a Widowmaker main. You do not play Widow if you don't get value out of Widow. Do you want to know what Ashe is my next top play? Do you want to guess how many hours are on her compared to my 319 on Widow?
120.
125. Next up, Cassidy at 116. Next up, Moira at 84. Next up, Tracer 81. It goes into normal numbers. Ana, Bastion, Zarya, Kiriko. Like we're fine at that point. The problem I have and continue to have is that it's fun. Widow is fun. And
you don't need to. No, you don't need. So here's the thing. You don't need to make an excuse for having fun in the game. You have that right.
No, it's not making an excuse for having fun in the game. I'm saying when you're saying that it's not about being good. Sometimes it's about being good. When you're a Widowmaker main, you cannot play her badly and have fun. Like, go play anyone else. Like, literally, there are plenty of other people in Overwatch that I play when I'm just like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Like, I'm not doing good today. I'm going to play them and, like, fuck around and it's fun still. Like, no. If I'm playing Widow and I'm being bad, it's like it's a problem. Like then you're actively hurting things. And that's
Do
a
you know?
team-based game.
Do you know who my three main were? Main three were?
Were you
Can you take a guess?
were you fucking Wrecking Ball?
Nope.
Doomfist?
Nope.
You're Junkrat main.
Nope.
Really? I know we talked about this at PAX West, which is what I'm trying to remember. Or PAX East? No, it was West. It was West last year we talked about this. I don't remember. Oh my god, who? Okay, at the time it would have been Overwatch 1. Okay, what class was it?
What do you think I would main as?
I
If
guess
I'm not DPS.
I mean, I assume tank, but the way you're going is not support main. I feel like you're probably support main.
No, I'm not.
So it had to be tank. So, wait, I called you a baby diva main. I remember that. I accused you of being a baby diva.
Not baby diva, primary diva.
I think you were a baby diva main a little bit.
No, so my mains were Reinhardt, where I had over 140 hours on. My secondary, again, I wasn't playing like hardcore. My secondary was Diva with 96 hours.
Okay.
And my third, which no one ever expects, but was hilarious because it's nowhere near what it normally is, was May.
Ew, fuck May. Oh my god.
Exactly, right there is exactly
so
why. And you want to know why? Because I would snipe widows and everything else.
Yeah,
from
they suck when people
my icicle,
because you don't have the damage fall off in the same fucking way. It fucking sucks. You have a fucking tree trunk with no fall off, and it's infuriating when people get mad at me on Widow and they just go May. I'm like, don't fucking grow a pair, man. Like,
no. So, but I did this before it became like a mainstream thing. But I was also really, really, really good at stopping ults.
Oh yeah, no, I love doing that. I love being Orisa for that. I love being JQ for that. Oh my god, I fuck people up.
So I would come in when the team was just like not doing well and be like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go May. And so I swapped with my friend, and he would go tank, and I would go May to take out their back line. Right, to take out back line, and then on top of it, I would then stop ults because we knew when we were pushing like the card or something and we need to stop an ult, I would literally just go ice block in front of them as their ult's going off and stop their freaking ult. But then
I feel that.
So I played her more strategically than I did like aggressively like other people did. But I would use her in different situations where it's like, okay, we need to take care of this situation and push this forward because
that's me with JQ
support to do it. So but I was the Reinhardt maid, and I was aggressive. And when I say I'm aggressive, I mean I was in your face with every single DPS and everything else, with my healer diving with me as I'm taking out their entire line because I'm going to hammer smash your face in, and you're going to deal with me.
Good Reinhardts are terrifying, but also a ton of fucking fun. Like, I love playing support into a good Reinhardt. Like, they're fucking crazy, and I love them. I also love playing Cassidy into a good Reinhardt.
If I have a good healer at my back, I would stomp you.
No, I love going Ana into with Ryan's. Like, it's so fun. It's so fun because I can even I don't love the play she's in right now, but like, it's really fun. I love going Cassidy into a Ryan comp. That's a lot of fun for me.
So don't get me wrong. I really love Overwatch. I really do. I cannot like what they did with 2 and how they baited us is what I have a big problem with.
Oh, Blizzard can, yeah. Like,
so that's why and on top of it, I don't have a group to play with, so I don't play.
Again, if you want to play Overwatch, I'm right fucking here, you coward. It's fine.
You disgusting Widow main, no.
I won't only play Widow. If I'm playing with other people, I'll do other shit. But I'm sorry, if you want me to be good, do you want me to start sending you? I can go download a bunch of Play the Games and show you my fucking Widow skills.
No, I don't need to because I don't care.
Yes, you do. You need to see. I'm good, Torbin. You don't believe I'm good at anything.
You're the one who's saying you're not good at things.
I know I'm saying I don't like being bad at things. Dude, it's the fucking neurospicy bullshit. I don't like starting things that I'm bad at. I want to learn things, but I don't like being bad at it. But then,
do you know who you're talking to?
Yes. Torbin is mean to me. If you ever see us in person, he is being mean to me on purpose.
I am not. That's not true at all.
He is. Torbin, what about my tattoo?
What about it?
Yeah. What do you want to say about it?
What about it?
You want to be nice about it, or do you want to be mean about it?
Do you have a tattoo?
I do. It's a great look at it. Look at it right here.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see any color though. It just looks, kind of bland and
wow.
grayish.
See, See, this hater over here trying to bait me. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll recover. I'll recover.
It needs some color.
I don't. The shading is so good, though. I feel like the color takes away from it. I'll go back for a touch up soon, and then he can talk about it because of the 6 month mark I have to go in.
Dear sweet sunflower.
I was like, can you see the sunflowers behind me? I don't think so. What?
No. As we have talked about, if there was watercolor in there, that thing would be freaking amazing.
Yeah, and I talked about doing watercolor at first, and then we were like, no. And so that's something I'll talk to him when I go back. But I also just
don't talk yourself out of it. Just do 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 it.
Watercolor.
I will say, it is good. His line work is good. I didn't see any blowouts from what I could tell. It did look like he put a lot of attention to detail, but personally, I just feel like there could be more.
Could be more detail?
No, I could be more to it, right? So you have some elements there, but like for me, knowing you, I felt like it was missing something.
Well, we're expanding it anyway. Like this is going to end up being more,
That's content. What I'm saying. It could be more. That's why I'm like, knowing you and how hardcore you are in this game, I'm just like,
wait, am I?
I see the start.
Am I hardcore in Borderlands?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that a reputation I have?
Yes.
Oh my God. I had no idea. That's crazy.
Really?
The
How many hours do you have in that?
You don't get to know. The fanboys. It won't be enough for the fanboys online. You can't. I have everything private because of the fanboys online. And also most of it is on PlayStation. Because I had PlayStation until a few years ago. So I only have like 500 on actual PC because it's just been since I got my stream PC over here. But the PlayStation has thousands. Not your Fortnite amount though.
Whatever.
I think it's between everything. We're probably like 3,000 between the console and PC.
3,000? No, you have to have more.
No, I genuinely think that's probably about it. Because on
how often do you stream it?
Every day I stream, but
and how many hours of stream do you do?
Well, lately it's been 3 because chronically I'll be in work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many times do you stream a week?
Usually 4.
So, and how many weeks in a row have you been streaming?
I mean, in fairness, my internet was just out for a while, so I say this confidently. I stream every week, 4 or 5 days a week until my internet craps out and I have cons. And so the past few months, people wouldn't know that.
So on average, how many streams did you have last year?
I have thousands of hours in this game. Okay, I love my Borderlands.
No. Here's where I'm getting at. You're saying you only have 500 hours in
on Steam
on Steam, which I don't believe.
I'm gonna go look. Do I have it?
I don't believe that for a second, because if you stream 4 hours a day and you stream 4 to 5 days a week and you've done this for multiple months in a row, that adds up real quick.
Okay, I have 700 hours on Steam, but that's not the point. It's my point is how's that almost cut up on PlayStation? It's between all the games. I'm guessing. Okay, maybe it's no more than 5 between all the games.
There's no way.
No, there's no more than 5. Dude, Joltz only has like fucking like 7. I don't know how many he has now, but like I consume a lot of content. Listen, in DBD, the scary part was in Dead by Daylight, in 5 months, I had over 1,000 hours in it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was a problem.
You are a problem.
I am a problem. And that problem would have transferred to PC with me if fucking Behavior let me transfer my shit. It's the most infuriating thing. It's not even rebuying the DLCs. That's annoying. I've spent so much money on that fucking game with the cosmetics and the DLCs. Yeah. It is a fact it will not transfer my progression, even though I own the fucking games and own all that, because there's no reward in Dead by Daylight for progression. It's just letting you play the game fully, which I've already grinded that to oblivion and back on multiple platforms. So why the fuck would I do it again on PC when there's no reward for it? So I'm just in shitty lobbies going around trying to grind this when they keep nerfing my fucking game in the first place because they're obsessed with balance. Like, Behavior, I love you, but get your shit together. Let me fucking transfer from PlayStation. You did it on Stadia. Why can't you let me do it on here?
So do you want to feel really bad about yourself?
I do all the time. Tell me more. Are you going to bring up my father?
No, not yet. Maybe later.
Okay.
Lion, I am your father.
It's the most words he said to me all year.
No, so if you want to feel bad about yourself at any given time,
Yeah.
Go into your Steam library.
Okay.
And just based off of what you know, and don't sugarcoat this. Go through all your games.
Okay.
See how many hours you've played on each game.
Okay.
Put that into a rough calculation.
No, I'm good. No, Torbin, I had to do so. You know.
And then after you do that,
I'm good. I abort this conversation. This is no.
Just listen. After you do that, then put your wage on there of how much you make an hour, and then calculate that out.
No, so which is funny because my Steam library is so old. It was when I was making $7.25 an hour versus like now, so it's very it's gonna have a spread. However, the like Mason like Steam settlement for Valve that's going around, like the class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
So it had you go through to see how much money you've spent on Steam since, this date, move forward, like whatever, right? So I think it was since January 2016 or something like that.
Yeah.
It may have been December. And I had to go through my purchase history and see how much I had spent on Steam for those 8 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you spent.
Yeah.
That's not how much time you've spent.
No, I know. But that alone, when I look between that, like, thank God I can't do that with DBD cosmetics or Overwatch cosmetics. I genuinely, dopamine, baby. That sweet, sweet dopamine.
I mean, you could if you asked the customer support team, because they would tell you.
I would love to not.
I would love to know.
I would love to not.
So chat, if you're listening to this needs to be a redeem that she has.
No one listens to this podcast. I don't know what you're talking about.
100%. So this needs to be a St. Jude redeem that she has to go and log a ticket with support to find out how much she has spent on DBD and Overwatch respectively. And on top of that, I'm going to go into her chat next time she's live and remind her about this conversation so she can't edit this out. So if she doesn't put this in, I'll make sure that you know.
Listen, joke's on you. My chat doesn't follow through on anything anyway. So it's fine.
I do.
I know you do. Listen, I have Stack Up before I have St. Jude. We're doing a Stack Up fundraiser either this month or next month. And then we have St. Jude again in August for the hunt. Yeah.
Oh, fucking Steve.
I do a Stack Up fundraiser every year.
I should do one of those.
You should. Do you want to co-op one with me?
I don't stream anymore.
Well, do you want to be on my stream during my Stack Up fundraiser week?
You owe me a stream.
I know. So I'm saying, do you want to make it during the Stack Up fundraiser week?
And what? Sure.
Okay.
When is that?
I'm settling dates. Will be either like into June or first half of July.
First half of July.
Okay. Cool.
Because I can't do end of June.
Well, it's gonna be like either like
yes, you owe me a stream. Anyways,
I do owe you a stream.
That I followed through on, unlike you.
I do. Listen, blame AT&T. Shout out AT&T for ruining my life. Yeah.
Really? Really? So how many times did you cancel this podcast on me?
How many times did you forget about the podcast?
Like twice.
Yeah, I canceled like twice.
No.
Yesterday I asked if you could push like an hour and you were a pussy and said no. And so I rescheduled you for today.
Excuse you. I have a child that's literally right next to me sleeping.
I said what I said. What about the horror game you were tweeting about today?
Oh, right. Yeah. So currently we just released something called Evil vs. Evil, which is a FPS co-op game. If you like vampires, you like blood, you like gun-toting, shoot 'em, score chasing action. This is going to be something that we're releasing here at the end of June. We have our content creator program up right now. So if you're interested, you can apply. Just go to my tweet, which will probably link someplace. I don't know.
It will be in the description of everything. You will have it everywhere.
But we are accepting applications right now for that, and that's going to be launching here soon. It's actually a very fun game. The actually focus of the game is to get together with some friends, and you are fighting a cult as vampires. You're fighting an actual evil cult. So evil versus evil is literally evil vampires versus evil cult, and you're fighting to stop this cult.
Hot. Yeah. We love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love it. What's your favorite gaming snack?
Gaming what?
Snack, like snacko, like food you eat while you're gaming.
Eat a lot while gaming. Actually, no, that's not true. Chicken nuggets.
Fuck yeah. Good answer. Good fucking answer. I love it.
Yeah.
That's our show. Thanks so much for joining us this week. We will see you next time on DLC Required, a podcast where gamers talk about gaming and whatever gamers talk about. Thank you so much for following on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. We are in like 35 countries, 45 countries now, something insane. I can't even comprehend what that means. And honestly, I love you guys. I love you guys. And we have so much exciting shit coming up this summer between the Borderlands movie and all these really cool fucking games and some really cool guests that are going to come on. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Hope to see you next time. All the links in the description. Bye.